presentation, I am going to give you an overview about the Ielts examination. So this overview consists of what is Ielts, what is the Ielts test format, what is the Ielts test modules, and why shouldn't you make RAYHAN'S Tech Center as your first choice when you want to study for your Ielts test. And last but not least, how to register for your Ielts examination. So you should keep in mind the abbreviation for Ielts stands for International English Language Testing System, not International Economic Loan Transfer System. So what is Ielts? So Ielts is a program which is designed to assess the English language ability of people who intend to study or work where English is the language of communication. So the partners for the Ielts examinations are the British Council, the ITP, and the University of Cambridge. So the Ielts examination is separated into two modules. One is academic module, the other is general training. So the Ielts test results is only valid for 2 years. And a band score is awarded for each subtest, which are listening, reading, speaking, and writing. The band score will range from 1 to 9. And remember, there is no passing or failing mark. So the band scores are from 1 to 9, right? So if you get awarded a band score of 1, it means you're a non-user. For band score 2, you're an intermediate user. For 3, you are an extremely limited user. For 4, you are a limited user. 5, you're a modest user. For 6, you are a competent user. For 7, you are a good user. For 8, a very good user. And finally, for 9, you will be an expert user. So, what is the Ielts test format? Both the academic and general training comprises of 4 subtests. One is listening, the other academic reading or general training reading. Next is academic writing or general training writing. And last but not least is the speaking test. So the listening test, there is 30 minutes time allocated for the listening test and 10 minutes extra transfer time. You will have to answer 40 questions. The type of questions will be multiple choice questions, matching, planning, diagram, formal note completion, table completion, flowchart completion, summary completion, sentence completion, and you might have to answer short questions. The listening test is divided into 4 sections. In the first section, you will hear a conversation between 2 people, which is set in a social context. In the second section, you will listen to a monologue of a person, which is set in a social context. In the third section, you will listen to the conversation between up to 4 people, which is set in an academical or training context. In section 4, you will listen to a monologue, which is set in an academical context. So what are the skills assessed for this listening test? The skills that will be assessed for this listening test are understanding of main ideas and specific factual information, recognizing opinions, attitudes, and purpose of the speaker, following through the development of an argument. So there is 60 minutes of time allocated for the reading test, and there will be no extra transfer time. So there are 4 questions, and These part questions are divided into 3 sections with a total text length of 2,150 to 2,750 words. The type of questions you will have to answer for the reading test are multiple choice questions, identifying information, identifying the writer's views and claims, which you will have to answer in yes or no or not form. You will also have to answer matching questions, complete sentences, complete summaries, complete notes, and complete tables. So, how is the academic reading test? What is the academic reading test format? So, the academic reading texts are formed with texts which are authentic and taken from books, journals, magazines, and newspapers. And they are divided into 3 sections, as I said earlier, with total text length of 2,150 to 2,750 words. These are written for a non-specialist audience and are on academic topics of general interest. Texts range from descriptive and factual to discursive and analytical. They may contain nonverbal materials such as diagrams. So, in the general training reading test, Section 1 contains 2 or 3 factual texts. Topics are relevant to the everyday life in an English-speaking country. The Section 2 will contain 2 factual texts focusing on work-related issues. The Section 3 will contain 1 larger, more complex text on a topic of general interest. The texts will be authentic and they will be taken from notices, ads, company, handbook, books, magazines, newspapers, and official documents. So, what are the skills assessed in a reading test? The skills that will be assessed are: if the reader can read for the gist, can the reader find out the main ideas, can the reader find out the details, can the reader understand the inferences and implied meaning, can the reader recognize a writer's opinion, attitudes, and purpose, and last but not least, can the reader follow through the development of the argument? Now, writing test. So the time allocated for the writing test is 60 minutes. There will be 2 tasks, and the candidates are required to write at least 150 words in task 1 and 250 words in task 2. The duration of task 1 will be 20 minutes, and for task 2 it will be 40 minutes. So in academic writing test, during task 1, you will be presented with a table or a graph, a chart or a diagram, or a processing diagram. You are required to describe and explain the data and describe the stages and process, or describe the event or an object from a given table, graph, chart, diagram, or process. In task 2, you will have to write an essay in response to a point of view, argument, or problem. Response for both tasks should be written in a formal style. In a general training writing test, candidates are presented with a situation and asked to write a letter. The letter may be ranging from formal to sub-formal or personal. In task 2, they will have to write an essay in response to a point of view, argument, or problem. The essay can be slightly more personal style than academic. So, what are the skills assessed in a writing test? The skills assessed are the ability to write a response which is appropriate in terms of content, organization of ideas, accuracy, vocabulary, and grammar. Speaking test. So the time allocated for speaking test will take 11 to 14 minutes. So what you have to do in speaking test that you will have a face-to-face interview with your examiner, and the speaking test will be recorded. So the speaking test is divided into three parts. The first part is called introduction and interview. The examiner will confirm your identity and ask you general questions from general topics, for example, your home or place you were born, etc., etc. In part 2, it is called independent long term. So you will be given a topic and you will have a minute to prepare a talk about the topic. You will speak for 1 to 2 minutes about the topic, and the topic might be about a person or a place or an object or an event. So an examiner might ask you 1 or 2 follow-up questions. So in speaking test part 3, it will be a two-way discussion. So the examiner will ask you further questions related to the topic on part 2, and these questions can give the candidates the opportunity to express his abstract or philosophical ideas. So what are the skills that will be assessed in a speaking test? Skills that are to be assessed, the examiner will want to see if the speaker can use if the speaker is able to communicate opinion and information on everyday topics, experiences, etc. by answering a range of questions. Is the speaker able to speak at length using appropriate language and organizing ideas coherently? Is the speaker able to express and justify opinion and to analyze, discuss, and speculate about issues? So the speaking test is divided into 4 criteria. 25% marks are allocated for each criteria. The first criteria is fluency and coherence, which is about how much you can talk at a natural rate. The second criteria is vocabulary range or lexical resource, which means what kind of words you use during your speaking test. And the third one is the grammatical range accuracy, which means how you talk and how accurate your grammar is. And for pronunciation, it is 25%. So lastly, how do you register for your IELTS examination? You can visit our office, which is RAYHAN'S Tech Center, or any other authorized registration agents across the country. The 3 things you will need for your registrations are 2 passport photos, a valid photocopy of your valid ID or passport, and a test fee amounting of Taka 17,000. So why should you choose RAYHAN'S Tech Center to prepare for your IELTS examination? The reasons are we provide so many digital services. We take only 16 students per batch. There's a listening lab for 16 students, and there's a Dell computer laptop provided for each student, and the laptops are of Core i5, Core i7, and they contain high-speed Wi-Fi connection. The materials which will be provided you for your preparation of IELTS will be from Cambridge, Oxford University, IDB Publications, and other renowned writers. We have AC rooms here. We teach with a smart board, which is right here. There is an AC library for students open from 9 to 9. We have fresh water, we provide free coffee or tea, we have free Wi-Fi, and we are going to provide you more services in the future. If you have any further inquiries, you will have to visit us at Samad mentioned, which is and our office is located in the second floor in Folporte Moshikoli, River 10. Please wait for the next video where you will get a more detailed explanation on the overviews I just talked about. Please like, share, and subscribe this video. Thanks. Have a nice day. My name is Azmina Shraf, and this is RAYHAN'S.